Hello, welcome back to another episode of Hard Spec versus Hard Flip. One of the book that are discussed often for many years as far as hard spec is X-Force 2. I never get it. I don't get it. How often does people speculate on second appearances outside of this book for any other characters, right? I'm sure it happens, but when it comes down to second appearances, this book is probably talked about the most. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't recall another book. Let's leave Hulk 180 and Hulk 181 out of the discussion. I'm sure some people are foaming at the mouth, going crazy, getting ready to be a keyboard warriors there, but let's ease off that. Outside of that Hulk 180, 181 debates, I think many people will agree that X-Force 2 is one of those hot spec books that people love to talk about because you can find them in dollar bins, quarter bins, whatever it is, right? When it comes down to hot spec book, okay, price volatility is insane. Take a look at GPA for this book and how liquid and often it is as far as exchanging hands on eBay. Look at that. Even in 2019, 74 copies. Look at the price range. 200? Who the heck paid 200 for this? Let's take a look. Let's dive deeper. Okay, once again, outliers are very misleading. Okay, when you look at outliers, if you just look at the data, 200. Well, guess what? How many copies do you think sold at 200, even if that is a legit transaction? Take a look for yourself. 35 bucks, 43, okay? Mostly in the 50 average, right? So the 90-day average is more indicative of the true demand for this market, for this book. Somebody in May didn't check the price, tap on that 101. How about this May? 200. Somebody tap on that without even looking at what's going on, right? Outside of this listing on eBay. I'm sure, as you can see, many sales took place the day before and the day after. I'm sure if you go on eBay right now, you see many listings. So I don't even know what's going on with the buyers here as far as the people that pay $200 or $100 for that book. But you can see the same thing happen in other years, okay? Other years, you can see, let's jump to 2017 because you have the all-time high there, right? Once again, look at the average, okay? It's nothing great, okay? And then look at that 233. Seriously? On that same day, copies sold for 55 and 70. What's going on here with 233? Is that a false sales? Okay, false sales. Who knows? I wasn't there to check the listing, but a lot of insanity. Okay, regardless, as far as a hard spec. Let's examine this book even further. If you can buy it for $1 and spend the money to get CGC to grade to get a 9.8, how much money is there left to deal with? Okay, is this a book that I would like to play with as far as speculate? Spend $1, spend another 20 to 25 bucks to get it slab, pay eBay 10%. Gee, is there enough money for a cup of coffee as far as profit? No, okay. It's when it comes down to spec book, a lot of people look at these things and say, "Oh, I can buy for $1, I can sell for 35." They completely skip over all the other expenses as far as slabbing costs, eBay fees, PayPal fees, you name it. It's all kind of costs that go into doing this. So pay attention for those that like to play the spec game, okay? with hard spec, timing is critical and important. Okay, and that's one of the things that deter me from participating in a lot of spec game, because I'm just, as I talk about that already in a few videos, I'm not quick enough, or do I care to have to rush to sell something. Okay, and you know, as always, even though I might poo-poo on the concept or the idea of buying that X-Force 2 for $1 and trying to make $3 out of it, hey, if you're happy with the $3 profit, what do I care, right? It's your money, your time. So don't get offended if I say that it's not something I want to do, because it's not something I want to do. This is my choice. It is your choice to dig in those long boxes for that $1 book and make 3 or 5 or whatever you can make profit out of. So it's your choice. I'm just saying that my preference is spend a little more buying something more in the flipping market and try to flip that. This way I don't feel like I have to rush into selling anything. And the way the market has been, okay, for those that are in this hobby long enough in the past, especially in the last 5 years, the strength of this market, the trend is upward on a lot of books, especially keys. And if you can pick up semi keys even 2 years ago for cheap, the odds are with you that you can make decent money flipping later. Doesn't have to rush it. Okay, here's a perfect example. I picked up these 2 books early 2018. Okay, I look it up, under $50. With shipping, it was over 50, but that was the price. Okay, and at the time, this book is about an 8.0. Okay, this book alone is worth almost that much. Compared to this was, I'm not sure when this book get hot as far as, you know, movies, hypes, and all that stuff related. I have no idea, but it's a semi key, okay? Not a big keys of any sort, but this one was a lower grade. I say it's probably a 5.0, okay, because of the moisture damage on the cover. It looked great. It looked like a 7.0 or better, but because of the moisture damage, I'm guessing CGC might give it like a 4.5 to a 5.0. But I bought it because I thought it was a good flip. I can buy something like this for 50, give or take. I might be able to resell it for 75 bucks or 80 bucks or whatever it was, but I got lazy and I got lucky. The market get hot for this book. These days, I can probably sell this book. I might even send to CGC. This book was not slap worthy in any way a year ago. No way would I slap this book a year ago, because a year ago, I can't imagine this book fetching 100 bucks. Okay, but now, if it's a 4.5, yeah, right? So yeah, even if I spent 30 bucks to send this book to CGC and sell it for 150, combined with these 2 together is 150 bucks, guess what? A triple or a double, okay? After all the fees and, you know, all that stuff. But still, that's, I'm more comfortable, okay? At the end of the day, that's what this series is trying to illustrate, is that I'm much more comfortable playing in this space as far as the flipping game. I have a good understanding of the market, especially in the silver age and bronze age and all that stuff. Definitely not in the golden age market. It's hard to flip in the golden age market because it's just harder, okay? I go where it's easier. I prefer to work less for my profit, if you understand what you know, that's why I frown away from the spec game. Too much work, not enough profit. I prefer to work less for my profit, and to me, working less means going for something like this. As I show you, you don't have to spend big money. You can spend under $100 easily to buy something that you can double your money. I do that all the time. Sure, the spec game, no doubt, can yield a bigger percentage, right? I think a lot of people will agree with me that with the spec game, you can buy something for $3 and sell it for $30, 10 times your money. Yeah, that can happen if you're quick enough, that is. I'm just here to admit that I'm not quick enough. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.